What's good, y'all? I'm Jerry, about to check out The Bloodline Broke My Heart. This video is by Productions, man. The Bloodline has been one of the best stables on television within these past couple years, starting with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso kind of having their feud and then bringing everybody else in, and Jey finally acknowledging Roman and leading to everybody else like Jimmy and Solo Sikoa, everybody, Paul Heyman, to come in and join the family and join the stable, man, and ultimately Sami Zayn. But what we got to see this past Saturday night was that Sami Zayn turned on the Bloodline, and maybe Jey Uso was possibly leaving the Bloodline. I know he announced it on Instagram that he was leaving the Bloodline, so we about to see what's gonna happen this upcoming Friday night on SmackDown, and to really realize what's going to happen between Jey and Roman. Are they gonna run it back, or is he gonna stay with the Bloodline? So we about to hop into the video, see Productions' opinion on the Bloodline stable and how the Bloodline broke his heart. So we about to hop into the video. Let's go.
I'd say that the Royal Rumble was a massive success. We saw the right winners with Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley coming out on top, earning a title match for WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood. The Bray Wyatt match was actually ass, and nobody really cared about the Raw Women's title match.
Not really.
However, the highlight of the night was the heartbreaking segment that took place.
The segment was better than the match, but I think it's supposed to be like that.
The Bloodline came out to congratulate the Tribal Chief, and the group then proceeded to viciously attack Kevin Owens.
They kicked his ass.
We saw multiple super kicks, Samoan spikes, and chair shots, but that wasn't enough. Roman Reigns wanted to inflict some more pain onto Kevin Owens. He handcuffed him onto the ropes and grabbed a chair. He had his eyes set on hurting Owens to teach him a lesson to never mess with the Bloodline again. That is when Sami Zayn jumped in to tell the undisputed champion that KO sustained enough damage. This wasn't a good idea, as Zayn's final test required him to be the one to assault his former best friend. And when there were doubts from Sami Zayn, we saw frustration from the champion. He was unhappy with the hesitation. He was pissed. After enduring beratement from his leader, Zayn turned on Reigns and stood up for himself and his friend. It might have been the loudest reactions we've heard in wrestling history. 50,000 people were screaming as loud as possible. Of course, we saw the Bloodline completely.
They kicked Sami ass.
Because of this, Roman Reigns was betrayed, Sami Zayn was destroyed, Jey Uso was left emotionally broken, and the segment ended with loud "fuck you, Roman" chants. This was the greatest segment we've seen in wrestling history. This was peak storytelling. The WWE produced art. I've never been so glued to my TV screen. You could have literally not booked this any better, because it was perfect and it broke my heart at the same time. With that being said, I want to analyze each wrestler involved and dissect this masterpiece.
Let me see. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief.
We need to talk about Roman Reigns first, because he was absolutely outstanding in that segment. In fact, he's been the greatest wrestler in the world since his transformational heel turn in 2020.
He has.
And his performance at the Royal Rumble continued to prove that. The way he managed to tell an emotionally beautiful story through his facial expressions and acting is unmatched. The craziest thing about this is that he never
100%.
had this until a few years ago, and then it exponentially got so much better throughout the last 3 years. When he was scolding Sami Zayn, I felt his anger and his frustration. When he was explaining that this would be the only way for Sami Zayn to elevate his career, I believed him. And when he reacted to the chair shot to the back, I felt a bittersweet emotion. On one hand, I was ecstatic to see Zayn finally stand up for himself, but at the same time, I relived the experience of Seth Rollins betraying the Shield in 2014. Roman Reigns made me and the entire WWE Universe feel all these different emotions, and to accomplish something like that, you've got to be one of the best in the game. Roman Reigns is exactly that. This storyline is generational. I really think that this run in the last few years, along with this masterpiece of the storyline, makes a strong case for Roman Reigns being the GOAT. I really believe that. On top of that, I think he's the best heel in the business. Roman Reigns reached a level where he doesn't resort to cheap heat. This was just pure evil demonstrated by him that resulted in a ton of boos from the audience. He is the best wrestler. He's the best heel in the business today, and he's going to finish his career as one of the best to ever do professional wrestling.
Sami Zayn.
The next person we need to talk about is Sami Zayn, because he's been equally as good as Roman Reigns since entering this storyline. When Sami Zayn first started appearing with the Bloodline on segments on SmackDown, I didn't think too much about it. However, he's made it work better than anyone could have ever expected. I don't think Hunter even thought that it was going to become this good because the plans were for him to split from the group at the end of last summer. Then he got extremely over with the crowd, and he's been a major key part of the greatest storyline we're seeing in WWE history. Without Sami Zayn, this simply just doesn't work. I can't think of a single person that could fit in this role. I like to point out that the way they produced the split was actually perfect. This wasn't a scenario where Sami Zayn was secretly planning the entire destruction of the Bloodline. No, that would have been too forced and corny. Instead, it's the story of a man who wanted to be a part of a family that would treat him with respect.
Yeah.
For the majority of his career, he's been an outsider. Nobody liked him. Nobody saw value in him. That was until Roman Reigns, and now he finally felt accepted. It was beautifully told. Everything was great until he witnessed the pure evil in the tribal chief. At some point, Zayn realized that this man is dangerous. Even though he doesn't have the same relationship he once had with Kevin Owens, we still saw that Sami Zayn still has a soul, and he still has some empathy in him. There's still some good despite being around such a toxic energy. Sami Zayn had the option to step on Kevin Owens to get on the top or do the right thing, and he chose to do the right thing and immediately backfired. God damn, that split was flawless. It deserves an Oscar. Sami Zayn's performance was so good that fans want to see him dethrone Roman Reigns. That is the payoff that the people want to see. Unfortunately, I don't think we're getting that. That could change, but as of right now, it's not looking like it. At the end of the day, this storyline and that particular segment proves that Sami Zayn is one of the best right now in the world. He's top 5, and I cannot wait to see his title match in his home country against Roman Reigns. It is going to be crazy.
The Usos.
And the last people we need to talk about is Jimmy and Jey Uso, because this segment would not have hit so many different emotions without their role. I absolutely love how Jimmy Uso didn't hesitate to attack Sami Zayn after the chair shot.
Man, that was his friend.
This is the brother that we all thought
Jimmy was the one that
accepted
Sami.
Jimmy is always going to put his family first, regardless if they're doing the right or wrong thing. Jey Uso had a totally different reaction. He did not join in on the assault. Jey watched the entire thing go down in pure disgust and sadness. As we saw on Raw, he's become very good friends with Sami Zayn. The two really developed into a beautiful friendship. You know what? I'll take that back. They bloomed into a brotherhood. It even goes deeper than that. This was also a reminder of the manipulation that Roman Reigns utilized on himself in 2020.
Yeah.
It brings back even more memories when you consider that it was done against the same person at the time, Kevin Owens. Jey Uso saw himself in Sami Zayn, and that's why he walked out crying without participating. He remembers what Roman Reigns did to him. He understands the emotional pain that Sami Zayn was suffering in that moment. And honestly, I'd love to see Jey Uso finally beat Roman Reigns too. This could be the payoff to the main event Uso storyline, and I would be very happy with that decision. Jey Uso was so fucking good in that segment, it is unbelievable. With all that said, that leaves us with one more question.
What's next?
Well, I think we left the Royal Rumble with more questions than answers. Should Sami Zayn be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns? Is Jey Uso going to turn face and finally get retribution from 2020, since he's clearly still holding on to that trauma to this day? How does Kevin Owens feel about Sami Zayn standing up for him? Do we still want to see Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns?
That's hard. That's hard right there.
But one thing is for sure, and that is that the Bloodline segment broke my heart on Saturday. It was a roller coaster of emotions. I've never felt so
best thing on TV.
That was easily the best storytelling we've seen. And I trust Triple H to ensure we get a proper ending to this amazing, beautiful, perfect, greatest storyline. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your predictions in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Y'all, great video, man. Let me know down below in the comments of what y'all thought of my reaction to this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and y'all see you next time. I'm out. Peace.